All right, we are finally live. All right, we're only 15 minutes late, so apologize to everybody out there who was waiting. I think there was like 10 or 12 of you out there waiting for us to get online, and we started an hour early, but somehow we still had some technical difficulties. So thank you for bearing with us, and welcome to the live version of the GCYFL Kickoff. I am here with Coach Josh and President of the
What's going on,
GCYFL.
brother? What's up?
Back again for another exciting episode to talk about the GCYFL and what's coming and kind of what we'll do this year as eDriven Score for the GCYFL. Now, I got some notes here, so you'll see me look down, make sure we stay on track because this is live. And last time off camera, we did like to ramble um, and just carry on. So we'll try to keep it direct and to the point here. So a recap of last show, some really great things, and for me, and I'll let Josh talk about it in a second, but what I was really surprised about was the number of people that contacted me after the last show that had nothing to do with the GCYFL that was just excited. So I'm not sure exactly. I mean, if they feel like I feel, and I'm sure you feel the same way. Maybe that's what they were feeling, but they were loving it. I was getting text messages and just random people.
It's getting close. It's getting close, Levar. That's
Yeah,
why. It's getting close.
it's getting close, and everybody loves football.
That's it. That's
Yeah.
it.
So were you hearing the same thing? What do people say to you?
I've got nothing but positive feedback, man. People love the last podcast that we did. I ain't received nothing but positive stuff, my guy. So, I'm glad to be back. And if I can talk GCYFL football, I can talk it all day. So I'm glad to be here, my man.
Yeah, I am glad you are here. And there's no other league out there doing what we're doing right now.
Oh, we're the best.
That's
Period.
that's why it's the best.
We are the best. That's what I strive to make. Our league is the best. So as long as I'm around, that's my job.
All right. And last time we talked, so there are 21
We
organizations
got
right now.
21 orgs in the league right now. Start off with 15, so we got 21, and it's gonna be a wild ride. I can't wait for it to start up, Levar.
I am just as excited. So the other things we talked about last time that I think we can bring up again. You had mentioned there was going to be some changes to kicking
Yes,
and
yes,
to the ref crew, right? So
yes.
let's talk about that kicking one more time for everybody who maybe they missed that.
All right, so we'll review the kicking situation. So last year in the GCYFL, what we did was at grades 1 through 6, they were what we call the walk-off. So the walk-off is the 15-second runoff, 25 yards. So we did that and we changed it up this year. So this year for 6th grade, we are live punting.
Live, all right, I
Live
like
punting.
that.
So it's like middle school, it's like high school. So the goal is that once you hit 6th grade, we're preparing you for middle school football. So we also don't have any weight limits for 6th grade. So 6th grade is just
Oh,
middle
no
school
weight
football.
limits. Okay, I
There's
don't
no
think you
weight limit
touched
in
on that
sixth
last
grade.
time. So
So yeah, so
even weight limit to run the ball.
no weight limit.
Oh wow.
It's
Okay,
football.
so it's
It's just football.
all right.
Once the goal is once you hit 6th grade, you're about to hit middle school. It's
Yeah.
football.
Okay.
So for 4th and 5th grade, we're doing simulated punting. So that's essentially center snaps it, kid catches it, he punts the ball. They can catch it. When they catch it, that's where the ball's down at. Or if it rolls, it can roll, and somebody can touch the ball. It'll be down right there.
Okay. So
So
when would the clock start in the 4th and 5th grade punt?
the clock would start as soon as the ball is snapped,
As soon as it snaps.
just
So
like a punt.
okay. So do they have to punt right away? Because I can see if they snap it and just hold on to it and let the clock go
Oh
away.
man,
What?
listen, that is a very good question. You know what I have learned about the GCYFL through these years is that these coaches take the rules.
Can they bend them?
I won't say bend them because I love our
Yeah.
coaches. I'll say they're make sure they coached and kind of try to get away with possibly some stuff with the rule. Not saying they're bending the rules. I'm just saying they may stretch it a little bit. That is a very good question. And now, since you brought that up, I am bringing in all the coaches for a coaches meeting
Okay.
at Lakota,
Okay.
and we're going to address that.
Okay.
We're going to
All right.
address that.
Yeah, because I can see where
Somebody holds the ball.
exactly. I know there's some coaches that are still in the league that are very good at time management. We'll just say that. We won't say they're bending the
Oh,
rules.
I was
We'll
one
say
of
they're
them.
very okay.
I was one of them. Oh,
All
yeah.
right. All right. Yeah, and I'm sure they will take advantage of we'll just hold on to the ball, set your feet, son, take your time, breathe in, breathe out, then you can kick the ball.
I
Right?
agree.
You're doing your
We
best.
definitely will
Yeah.
address that.
Yeah. So probably, yeah, you add in and I'm just thinking off the top of the dome here, like you add in a still delay a game if they don't kick the ball by the time, there's a delay a game. I don't know. There's
I
throwing
like that. You throwing something out there. I
yeah,
like that idea.
just throwing that out there. All right, great. So that's the point. And then you said also they can kick extra points in the sixth grade too, right?
You can kick an extra point whenever
In
you
any
want.
grade. Okay.
Oh yeah, if you can kick an extra point, go kick the extra point.
Okay.
And there's no rush, so you can essentially we're about promoting kicking. So if you got a kicker, kick it. I mean, you can get it done in first grade. Feel free.
Okay, so then sixth grade, the extra point is not live, or is it live?
That's a good question. I'm gonna have to get with you on that. 'Cause
Okay,
that's
all right,
cool.
all right.
So my vice
We're digging
president,
into it. All right.
I'm not gonna listen. Here's what happens if I say it wrong. Then they'll
Okay.
all be, "Oh, Josh, well you said this, you said that." Okay, well let's get something out the way. My vice president is a great man named Mike Ackerman.
Yes, I know.
Mike
Good
Ackerman
guy.
is the guy that's in charge of the rules. So, yes, do I know a lot of the rules? I do. But do I know the rules like him? Oh, no. So, that is a great rules question that he could be able to answer.
Okay. All right. So yeah, we'll zoom Mike in to one of our next one. We talk about the rules.
There
'Cause
you go.
I'm sure there'll be parents that will, drop comments or get with their coach or their organizational president, and they don't understand. So we can
Mhm.
bring Mike on and to explain it.
There
Calm
you go.
everybody down.
There you
How
go.
about that?
Mike's behind the scenes guy, so I don't know. We'll see.
All
That's
right.
my guy, though. He might
Okay.
do it.
All right. Maybe we'll get a written statement. Something like that.
There you go.
All right, cool. So, that's a recap of the last episode that we did. What I want to do before we go to break here, because we are doing this live, so we want to transition. I want to go through kind of our format for today to let you guys know how you can actually participate. So when we come back from the break, we're going to talk about how last season went. All right, we're going to talk about a very cool award that eDriven Score will be giving out. Actually, two awards. We'll give out one for like the Student Athlete of the Year, and I'll talk about like the requirements for that. We're also going to give out a Coach of the Year award, and then we'll go into. We do have some. Little prop down here. We have some giveaways. We will be doing some football trivia. So if you haven't already, find yourself down in the comments. Probably even go ahead and give a shout out to your school. Edgewood, I know if you guys are watching, show them how it's done. Put your
Boom.
Northwest guys doing all right. Yeah, but yeah, we know you can't deny though. Those Edgewood fans are
I love him.
they're on it.
I love him.
All right, so we'll have again, a football trivia question. There will be Bengals questions just so you can prepare your brain there. We will then take some questions from the audience. So if you have any questions, so get ready to drop those in the chat, and we'll be fielding those in live and answering them live here right now. And then Josh has a special treat for everybody. He's going to dig up some controversy and name the top 10 GCYFL teams of all time.
Ooh, you're
And
trying to get me in trouble now.
yeah, and I was actually trying to before we started to like see who was number one because I did coach my final year, and I don't think we're number one from the answer that I got. So I'm going to be shocked to see who actually is number one if that team ain't number one. Now the first team I coached, was technically OBYFL, so I guess we were
That team was
disqualified.
unbelievable. Y'all won
That
6 straight Super
yeah,
Bowls.
that team was
Shout
fantastic.
out to Coach
I
Rob
would say
Rachel. That was
I
my
would say
guy.
the team before us with Derringer and Neary, they were a great
Well,
squad as
well,
well. But
well.
I don't know, just my personal bias. The team behind them was
I've
pretty
been doing
easy.
this way too long, LeVar. I know all those teams, by the way. I've been doing this way too long.
Yeah, they were some dogs on that team. All right, so then after that, we're going to talk about the upcoming podcast that we'll be doing on a weekly basis and how you can get involved in that. And then we'll just do a wrap up and the show will be over. So stay tuned. We'll be back right after just a few commercials.
Want a free t-shirt? Hit like and subscribe to our channel right now for your chance to win. We're giving away t-shirts to random subscribers. Don't miss out. Subscribe now and you could be our next winner.
Weddings, vacations, reunions, memorials, team building, sports, we've got you. Walk in today and create your own personalized t-shirts, hoodies, or sweatshirts. No minimums, just your design, done fast. We're fast, local, and ready to bring your idea to life.
Want to reach more customers? Advertise your business during our live sports streams. Connect with your local community and boost your brand. Email us today at reachmorecustomers@eDrivenScore.com. That's reachmorecustomers@eDrivenScore.com.
Every love story is unique, and every date has a story. Celebrate your special day with custom hoodies and sweatshirts from almosttwins.com. Whether it's your wedding date or anniversary, wear it close to your heart and show the world your love. Matching never felt so meaningful. Our cozy hoodies and sweatshirts are perfect for couples who want to cherish their special moments together. Personalize yours today and make that date unforgettable. Visit almosttwins.com and create your love story in style. Almosttwins.com is where every date becomes a statement.
When you support us on Patreon, you're not just supporting a broadcast. You're fueling a mission to build love, pride, and to uplift every team, every athlete, everywhere. Visit us on patreon.com/eDrivenScore to show your support. When you support us on Patreon, you're not just supporting a broadcast. You're fueling a mission to build love, pride, and to uplift every team, every athlete, everywhere. Visit us on patreon.com/eDrivenScore to show your support. All right, we are back, and we got a lot of messages about our audio. So give us just a second or two, and we will try to get this audio going for you. The technical difficulties continue to plague us right now, which is again kind of crazy because we did set up a little bit early and everything was working great. And now I think it's the heat that's outside. I think that's what it is. We'll just blame it. We'll blame it on the 95-degree weather that's outside, and we'll go from there. So just listening to my audio crew here and my video crew to see if we come in just a little bit better. Hopefully that's sounding good to everybody out there. We got a thumbs up, thumbs down. What do you guys think? If you can hear us if you could put a message in the chat, if you can hear everything okay. Also, I know we got off to a little bit of a late start. If you want to text your parents, players, friends, neighbors, whatever, tell them to get on, because it'll definitely help when we talk about these giveaways that will be in our third segment, actually our fourth segment of the day. All right, are we coming in? It's good, good, good. No, it's still exactly the same. Still cracking. Okay.
I got the sound is horrible.
Oh, the sound is horrible. All right. Okay. There's one more thing we can try. So give us about 60 seconds. We'll be right back. We'll try one more thing. We'll be right back. There's a lot happening in our sports community, and we don't want you to miss a moment. From live stream schedules, athlete shoutouts, to local events and giveaways, our newsletter keeps you informed. It's not just news, it's a reminder of why we show up, why this matters. Join our newsletter today, stay informed, stay inspired, be part of the movement. When you support us on Patreon, you're not just supporting a broadcast. You're fueling a mission to build love, pride, and to uplift every team, every athlete, everywhere. Visit us on patreon.com/eDriven Score to show your support.
Want to reach more customers? Advertise your business during our live sports streams. Connect with your local community and boost your brand. Email us today at reachmorecustomers@eDrivenScore.com. That's reachmorecustomers@eDrivenScore.com.
All right, we are back again.
Are we back again?
Back again. Hopefully this time we got the audio fixed and it actually sounds good. So if you can hear us, please put another comment. Let us know if it's okay. Either way, we'll just continue. We'll just keep it going. We're already like 40 minutes in. We got a lot of content to cover, so we'll just keep it going. All right. So our next segment that we're going to talk about is just a recap of last year and how last year went, and then talk about. I know there's some exciting things. I don't know if you're ready to announce this yet, or if you have, like, where the Super Bowl is going to be.
Yeah. So the GCS will be at UC again. Like
Okay.
it was last year. That experience for those 12 teams is something that they will never forget. So we were able to pull it off last year, and I think everybody had a good time. So let's do it again.
Let's do it.
So,
All right.
all 6th grades, the GCS championships will be at the University of Cincinnati.
All right.
At
And you'll be on the big field or the practice field?
We were on the big field.
Big
We got the jumbotron. We had the jumbotron last year. I actually had a contest where I had all my people on the Facebook page. They could actually let me know who they wanted to be on the mic for the game. So we actually had 3 people that actually were on the mic for the game.
Okay.
We had one on the mic for games 1 and 2, which was Rusty, Breedlove. Then we had games 3 and 4. That was Mike on the mic from Milford. And then we had 5th and 6th. Oh, I can't remember my guy's name for 5th and 6th, but he was cool. Somebody put that in the comment section. That was my guy. But so we had 3 people on the mic last year. You know me, I'm full of surprises. I'll probably think of something real good this year. But the GCS will be at UC this year. We also have 3 other Super Bowls. I'll make sure I acknowledge that we have the Buckeye Super Bowl, we have the Bearcat Super Bowl, we have the Bobcat Super Bowl. Those places will be determined at an announcement here in the near future.
Okay. So those will be at like
Those will be at high schools.
okay. All right, great. All right, and then what we'll do is eDriven score because Mike did call me on Thursday. I think he was talking to UC. We're gonna have instant replays. We're gonna have cameras on the sideline,
That's what's up.
and uh, we're gonna do a drone flyover at the start of every game.
That's what's up. That's what's
We're gonna
up.
try to do something a little special as well, being down at UC.
It was a great experience last year. Just
That's gonna be
all the
amazing.
orgs were great.
Yes, great, great, great. All right. All right. So we'll keep it going here. A new thing that we're now. So I didn't even get a chance to tell Josh before we got started. We're going to be giving away 2 awards as eDriven Score this coming year, and those are going to be one is for Student Athlete of the Year, and to qualify for that, it's going to be you're going to have to be nominated by your teammates, right? So your teammates will have to say, yes, this is a person that was a great teammate. And then we'll look at that, and then we'll also look at the student part. Because the student part is very, very important.
The
Right?
most important part.
Right. Like if there's actually, and you can look this up. Marshall Falk did a talk when he came to the University of Colorado about how important it is to be a student athlete, right? Because he said, if you fall off in one area of your life, you can't be counted on in different areas of your life. So if you're not making it in school, you can't be counted on the field. And I think that's fantastic. I probably messed up his speech, but it was great. I encourage you to go out, look it up. Marshall Falk at his first day at University of Colorado. So there'll be that, and then that third criteria obviously is going to be your athletic ability. What did you contribute on the field, right? And let's not leave this to running backs. Let's not leave this to quarterbacks. I want to see D tackles. I want to see offensive linemen because they deserve some shine too. All right. Now our second one is going to be the coach of the year, right? And I'm going to let the presidents of each organization nominate who they think should be the coach of the year, and then we'll do an evaluation. What do your kids think of you? Okay, what are the other coaches think of you? And obviously, your record could play a part in it, but it could also be how well did you develop the kids? Right?
That's what it's about. It's development.
Exactly. That is really what it's about. Is how well did you develop the kids? And it's not because some people do get blessed with having 9, 10 athletes on their team, and they don't have to really coach, right? Like especially at this level, you got 9 athletes. You're just going to run the table, right? That's not what we're looking for. We're looking for coaches that really get in their game plan. They're all volunteers, right? So they actually give back to the kids in a very special way. So those are 2 things that we'll be doing. If you have, again, any questions about that, see your organizational president. I will be in contact with them for the official rules. All right, so good. If we're sounding good and everything, please comment in the comment section. Let us know. We did record the last show, and I was saying this on the break. I actually wanted to do everything live. So as you guys know, I am I guess we'll call it, say, the executive producer of this thing. And I wanted to do it all live, right? And my crew said, Levar, that's probably not a good idea right now. You should probably just record it. And now honestly, I know why. Everything that could go wrong is going wrong, but we're still having a good time. So
hey man, it's stuff happens.
Yeah.
And you just stay calm and you'll figure a solution out.
Yep.
Shout out to the crew over here that was able to figure all that stuff out because I was just sitting here watching y'all and y'all was doing y'all thing. So
Yeah.
shout out to
Shout
y'all.
out to the crew. Yeah, we could not do it without them. It'd be great too if we actually had credit so you can see who's actually behind the camera. We've tried 5 different audio setups, video setups. We've switched computers. It's been a task back here. All right. So again, student athlete of the year, coach of the year. All right, so moving right along. Normally we were going to go to break, but we're not going to do that because we kept you guys waiting. So get ready. I do have again a giveaway. So there will be a trivia question for this giveaway. It's a eDriven Score drawstring backpack that we will be giving out. Um, Also, if you want to get one of these, we are launching our online merch store. So you can go to eDrivenScore.store. Right? It's pretty simple. eDrivenScore.store. We actually have these for sales if you don't actually win one. We do have some other merch, and we'll probably every week come out with something new. So definitely go and check that out. All right. So for the trivia question, so I'll ask the trivia question, and then I have something else I wanted to talk to Josh about, and you guys can put your answers in the comment section. So, trivia question to get you guys, and try not to cheat and just Google it. But what was the last score of the Bengals' last Super Bowl?
Oh,
What was the last score?
come on, man. I cried that day.
Yeah, probably should have cried. You're a Bengals fan, you should have cried because I believe at halftime they were winning.
Yeah, man.
They were winning at halftime.
Yeah, man. But the halftime show was off the chain.
Oh, who did the halftime?
Come on, man. Go, shorty. It's your birthday. It's 50 Cent, man.
Oh,
Dr.
that's right.
Dre, Snoop.
Yes. How did I forget?
Come
Oh
on,
my
man.
goodness. All right, yeah, I'm sure my wife is watching. She's like,
It's
"You
the
dumb."
third most popular birthday song in the country. It's 50
That's right.
Cent
Yeah,
in the club.
right. Yeah. I was actually there. I do remember that now. Yeah, that was a very good show. Yeah. Now, I think when the Bengals played the 49ers, were they winning at halftime?
No, that was
No,
tied.
they were tied. Okay. I knew it was close.
Some of these young people, they don't know about that '88 Super Bowl. That was a great team. Boomer, Icky,
Yes.
Brooks. That team was the Crumrye injury messed them up, and it kind of made the team go down a little bit. But that was a great game too.
Yeah, that was a great game and another heartbreaker for people, for Cincinnati fans.
We got any answers?
We got any answers yet? People still thinking about it? I think it was 24-21. Actually, I guess I should look at the answer. So you said Tyler said 24-21, and who said 19-16? Okay. That's okay. So according to ESPN, neither one of those are correct yet. So still looking for that right answer to win this backpack. But while we're waiting for another person to answer, and again, if you're just tuning in, the question is, what was the final score of the Bengals' last Super Bowl? Again, final score of the Bengals' last Super Bowl. So while everybody's looking up their answers, because I'm sure they're trying to Google it, I did want to circle back to coaching. And Josh and I had a great conversation about this off camera, and we said we're going to talk about it live, right? And in coaching. And one of the things that Josh said to me that I think everybody should know, especially if you're a new coach, he said, your offense or your defense should have an identity.
That's
If
it.
you don't have an identity, you go ahead. These are your words.
You have to have an identity as an offense and defense, and you have to have a scheme. And your kids have to not only know the scheme, but they have to buy into the scheme. And that is what makes a great coach, because at the end of the day, we're going to see your product on the field.
Right.
So if you're struggling with practices and you ain't got a practice schedule and you don't practice a certain way, then at the end of the day, I'm going to see it on Saturday. I'm going to see it on Sunday. So it's always one of the hardest things to do in an organization is to get good coaches. When you're a coach, the hardest thing to do is to be a good coach.
Yes.
You work more on being a good coach than you do at your own job. And I learned that when I was a coach. So that's it's
Right.
about having an identity. You're right.
Right, right. And the other thing you just alluded to too is like having a practice schedule,
Yes.
right? Don't show up and just do 7-on-7 the whole time or do full team go the whole entire time. Actually have a schedule where the kids are actually learning, right? And learning that system that
That's what I did. Every practice for years, I had a schedule, and I kept that same schedule all the way through middle school with the boys. So, and they knew the schedule, but that's what kept us going. Our practices made us get better as a team. And by the way, Levar, I only had 14 kids at the time on my team when I first started. So
14. Wow.
I had 14. Yeah.
And
So
that was 14 in K1
14 in K1, 14 in middle school.
and middle school.
Yeah.
Wow. So 7th and 8th grade, 14 kids.
Yes, sir.
Ooh.
Yes,
Yeah,
sir.
so they had to play both ways. So they had to be in shape.
We had to play.
Yeah, you definitely had to play.
We had to play.
Yeah, for real, for real. And another thing we talked about, one of the telltale signs is, does the coach have a handle on his team? And you put it to me, and I agree with it. It's how you can just look at their huddle,
That's right.
right? Like,
I always, one of the first things I look at a team, especially the younger ages, is the huddle. How do you huddle? How do you break for a huddle? Those are the simple things that when I first look at a team, that's what I'm looking at. Because the sloppy teams, those are the ones I'd be like, okay, they may struggle. But you look at the good teams in our league, they huddle right. They come out the huddle right. They usually break right. And they're so disciplined. Those are what we're trying to teach these kids in youth football, the fundamentals. And sometimes it's the simple fundamentals, how to get in the 3-point stance, how not to jump off sides, what's your position, what are the holes, simple stuff like that. Everything doesn't involve Madden, Levar. We ain't
right.
Madden.
There's a lot of
this ain't we got a lot of Madden coaches out there, and that stuff doesn't work.
Right.
Okay. Eventually you have to break it down and teach the game of football.
Right, right. If you're just yelling at the kid saying, do better, run faster, make the tackle, make a play, that's not coaching. You're a cheerleader,
It's about coaching.
right?
It's about coaching. It's nothing personal, and sometimes you make some enemies. There's some people that don't like me, whatever. Okay, but my record speaks for itself. Anybody knows my team, my record speaks for itself.
Right, right, absolutely. And one of the other things that I noticed when I was coaching is, especially if you are the coach that knows a little bit about football, you tend to forget you have assistant coaches on the team, and you need to coach them up as well, right? So
Yes.
they're not just cheerleaders on the sideline, so they can actually help you contribute. Because a lot of the dads out there, and shout out to the dads who just sign up and help. Nothing against that, right? But if you have a head coach or maybe another coach that knows football, coach them too, because it'll make everybody better.
I'm going to take it even a step further. I think, before we start talking about last season and stuff like that, but one of my things that used to work my nerves was we all in the organization got that older coach who's been doing it for a lot of years. Why aren't we going to them? Why don't we have mentors? I told you before, Rob Rachel and Eric Shelton was a mentor to me, and they taught me the game. So you don't think that as a head coach, you know everything. You don't. You don't. I don't care how many Super Bowls you win. You don't know everything. I done won 4, 5 Super Bowls, a middle school championship. I don't know everything. So there's nothing wrong with going to that older mentor and be like, hey man, what you do with this? What you do with that? There's nothing wrong with asking for help in youth football. That's what I learned.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? So as a head coach, you are there to empower your assistant coach, but you're also there to learn as well. One of the things I used to love going to was the Glazier clinics back in the day. They still got the Glazier clinics in February. We used to go down there, and dude, you sit down and listen to coaches, and man, their knowledge of football is at the highest level, and I used to just be there in awe. I would stay there all day on Sundays just to listen to everybody talk. So if you're a coach, you're always trying to learn. If you ain't trying to learn as a head coach, then you shouldn't be head coach no more. You're always trying to learn.
Right. Exactly. I'm glad you took it that extra step. 'Cause you're exactly right. Like, if you are that coach and you think you know it, you should still reach out.
You're always learning. You're always learning.
Fantastic advice. So last thing before we go back to the see if anybody got a question right. Playbooks. Okay, I've seen a number of teams that don't have playbooks, right?
Yeah.
So that means that and the kids aren't going home and studying, right? They're showing up. It's basically a wing it in practice. It's a wing it in the games, and you throw your hands up on why you're not winning anything.
Well, here's my rule on playbooks. Find out what your offensive and defensive playbooks are. Pass them out to your kids. I don't care how old they are.
Yeah.
Their parents can go over there with them. And you'd be surprised how much kids do know. Okay? Now, am I the first one to admit my offensive playbook is the most extensive? No, look, I'm a double wing guy. We're going to run 6 plays. If you stop it, you're going to shake your hand and say, good job. But if you don't stop it, then it's going to be an hour and a half of a nightmare for you.
Yeah.
Okay, and you won't stop.
So you said you're in Ray Power, Lee Power.
6 plays. Right, man? Hey, I'm like, what is that? What is that? Remember the Titans? 6 plays. We just going to run them well. If you can execute, I don't need 25 to 30 plays.
Mhm.
If I execute my 6, and we're going to execute them at the highest level, and you can't stop it, you're going to lose. My record speaks for itself.
Yeah.
If you don't believe me, Google my record, ask somebody what my record is. And they're going to be like, man, he won a lot of games. Exactly. So that's my playbook philosophy. But it doesn't mean that I understand football has changed and times have changed and everybody wants to run the spread and throw the ball. Okay, well, fine. Have a playbook.
Yeah, and understand that playbook because I think
Understand the playbook.
I recorded a number of games last year, and there were some people trying to run a spread, and they
That's the
looked like
thing
bad
now.
coaches. Like
That's the thing. And I get it.
seek to understand it first.
I get it.
Yeah,
I get it.
get it. It's tempting. You see it on Sunday. You see it on Saturday.
See it everywhere.
You know, but really learn it and learn why it works. Don't just be running plays.
I'm right.
Yeah. So great. All right. Gonna check in with one of our producers, Kaylin. Is anybody answered?
Yes, 2020. Then after y'all started flooding in.
23 to 20. All right. So 23 to 20 is the correct answer.
job,
And you
Tyler.
said Tyler, not our Tyler, not our director Tyler. All right. So Tyler, do you have his is that his handle, just at Tyler, or what's it? Oh wow. Okay.
Hey, by
All
the
right.
way,
So
I want to make sure I get this right because my man Mike Ackerman hit me up about the rules. So, but we brought that up earlier. So, hold on here. Hold on.
while you look for that, so Tyler, if you when you hear this, send an email to GCYFL at eDrivenScore.com and we will get you your prize.
Extra points during the playoffs are live.
All right.
We
Extra
talked
points.
about kicking.
Yes.
Extra points during the playoffs are live.
Okay. Extra points during so that and that's for all grades.
Yes.
All right.
We had a Super Bowl. I'm gonna tell you why that happened. This is the Lakota stack rule, which we'll talk about them a little later.
Okay.
Lakota stack back in the day had this kicker, and it used to be that the extra point was a dead ball kick, and we gave you 2 points for it. The score was 7-0. They scored a touchdown with like 5 seconds to go. They kicked the extra point with no rush and made it and won 8-7.
Oh
True
wow.
story.
Okay.
That's why we changed the rule to live.
Right. So yeah. So the other team just could do nothing but just watch.
Stay in there, yes.
They couldn't even
yes.
try.
And I said that was going to happen before the
Okay.
season.
Yeah.
Yes. Sometimes they make rules, and I'm like, when
Yeah.
they made that rule before the season, I said, man, this rule is going to come back and bite us.
Right.
And it did.
Yeah.
Now they're live.
Yeah. And that's sad for the kids who lost because they had nothing they could do but just watch.
Hey, man.
Yeah.
It was
Okay.
unfortunate.
Yeah. All right. Okay. All right. So we got through our trivia question. What we'll do is take a quick break so we can reset, and we'll come back with some final thoughts.
Need custom shirts or uniforms fast? For any event, weddings, vacations, reunions, memorials, team building, sports, we've got you. Walk in today and create your own personalized t-shirts, hoodies, or sweatshirts. No minimums, just your design, done fast. We're fast, local, and ready to bring your idea to life.
Want to reach more customers? Advertise your business during our live sports streams. Connect with your local community and boost your brand. Email us today at reachmorecustomers@eDrivenScore.com. That's reachmorecustomers@eDrivenScore.com.
Every love story is unique, and every date has a story. Celebrate your special day with custom hoodies and sweatshirts from almosttwins.com. Whether it's your wedding date or anniversary, wear it close to your heart and show the world your love. Matching never felt so meaningful. Our cozy hoodies and sweatshirts are perfect for couples who want to cherish their special moments together. Personalize yours today and make that date unforgettable. Visit almosttwins.com and create your love story in style. Almosttwins.com is where every date becomes a statement.
All right, welcome back, everybody. We are still here live with Coach Josh in the GCYFL Kickoff Show. We're going to roll into our next segment where we talk about how things went last season. But before we do that, we want to prompt you. We will be taking your questions live, so go ahead and start asking away. Put your questions into the chat. And then once we get through this segment, we'll start addressing those questions. And then after that, the moment you guys have been waiting for, or who are the top 10, because I know I'm personally waiting for it.
Oh my goodness.
Who are these top 10 teams of all times for the GCYFL? Okay. All right. So, Josh, last year, I see you got a lot of notes there.
I got a lot of notes, brother.
All right. So, yeah, tell us, how did last season go?
Last season was a great season. It really was. A lot of good football, just all around. Got a lot of good teams. So I kind of got them categorized up. So I'll start with K1. One of the things about K1 is that you just don't know. You know, I always do these rankings before the season starts, and I don't even fool with K1 because you just don't know. These are new kids, and you don't know what each
Right.
team is going to be. So for K1 last season, shout out to Anderson Black, who won the Buckeye, Indian Hill, who won the Bearcat, and Kings Red, who won the Bobcat Super Bowls, respectively. When we got to GCS, it ended up being Kings versus Edgewood. And it was first thing in the morning, and Levar, Edgewood came up in there. They were so loud, they brought me a
Yeah.
cowbell.
Always. Edgewood. I'll say it for the 5th time. Edgewood.
It was wild.
Noise.
It was wild. But let me tell you
The
something.
noise.
Coach Ryan Davis, that's one of the best K1 teams. I've watched K1 teams for 16 years now. That is probably, they're one of the best K1 football teams I have ever seen, Levar. And they were phenomenal. And they were the GCS champions last year. And
Yeah, that
they
makes
are
sense.
going
I
to
did
be
see
no
one of their
joke.
games, yes.
Yeah, they're going
They
to be
are
no
fantastic.
joke in second grade. They are phenomenal. As far as second grade last year, Clear Creek won the Buckeye, Northwest won the Bearcat. Loveland won the Bobcat. That was great. This grade is up and coming because Mason ended up playing Kings, and it was a great game. Great thing about Kings that day was that when they came in that day, Levar, they brought in every cheerleader they had. Like the whole sideline was Kings cheer. It was wild.
Gosh.
Yeah, it's crazy. So
Probably like what, like 40, 50 cheerleaders?
it was a lot.
Oh my goodness.
It was a lot.
Wow.
So you know who also I want to shout out to in the second grade, and that's Indian Hill. And
Okay.
I'm going to say this for a reason because we're going to talk about the power rankings a little bit later. I want to shout out Coach Sean. He was a second grade coach at Indian Hill. When we got Indian Hill, we didn't know what to expect from them. You know what I'm saying? They had come from Taifa, so we kind of gave them a mid-tier schedule, okay? About halfway through the season, he reached out to me, and he said, we want all the smoke.
Okay.
Words to you coaches out there.
They want this.
You look at your schedule. If you want your schedule to have more of the top teams, your president has my phone number. I'm easy to reach. So he reached out to me.
Okay.
I gave him the smoke. And little Indian Hill won. And won again. And won again. Next thing you know, Indian Hill was the 6th seed in the top bracket. Anybody who reaches out to me and wants to smoke to get in that top bracket, I got to give you your kudos, man. Shout out to Coach Sean. They didn't win it, but I love when he did that. Anyway, Mason won it. They got a dynamic football team. Shout out to Coach Mike. Great football team. Beware of West Claremont, though. And Lakota Red, my man Cliff Kerr's out there. That grade is getting better. So we'll see what happens. Third grade last year, Edgewood won the Buckeye. Anderson Black won the Bearcat. Oak Hills Black won the Bobcat. This grade is serious. This is the SEC.
Oh wow.
This is the SEC.
That's bold right there.
Yeah, it's the SEC. You got Clear Creek. Clear Creek was phenomenal. Clear Creek was phenomenal all season. Shout out to Coach Brett. Great team. They're not the biggest team, but man, they run their offense. We talked about playbook. They know it. They bought in. They run it very well. Shout out to them.
Is that the team that Brett coaches?
Yes, Coach Brett. Let me tell you something about that grade, though. Because let me tell you something about that grade. It ain't just them. Lakota Red, Coach Damien, that's a good team. Even though his little fan crew gives me a hard time, that's a good football team. Coach Caleb at Middletown, that's a good football team. That's who played Clear Creek in the GCS.
Ooh, yeah.
That's a big football team, and they got some burners in the backfield. Middletown's good. Oak Hills Red, that's a good football team, man. They're going to be good. Milford Red is solid in that grade. Northwest is up and coming in that grade. And I just brought in Little Miami, who I've never seen lose a game. They won the Super Bowl 3 years ago in the GCS. They won the CCYFL championships back-to-back. So now they're back in the league. They are going to raise Cain in 4th grade next year. Shout out to my man, Coach Chappie out there.
Okay.
So
we're going to see them Saturday. They're going to turn.
You going to the Brave Bowl?
Yes. We will be at the Brave Bowl. So
grade is a
second,
monster.
watch us live right here on this YouTube channel.
But last year, Clear Creek won it. They were a great team. And I can't wait to see that grade next year. 4th grade's going to be tough. 4th grade last year, this grade has been about 2 teams since kindergarten. It's been Northwest and Kings. Kings has lost 1 game in history. This team has lost 1 game.
Wow.
They're so good, I call them the dynasty. Because they probably won 45, 50 games in a row. You know, they are a phenomenal football team.
So they haven't lost since K1, is what you're saying?
No, they actually lost. I was actually coaching that team. They lost to us in 3rd grade in the GCS at Hamilton. They've never lost a regular season game.
Okay.
The only loss they had was in the Super Bowl, and that was against Northwest. So coming into last year, Northwest was the champion, and Kings was not the champion. And dude, they played angry last year.
Okay. So who's the head coach of that Northwest team?
That be my man Eric Shelton. That's a good one.
Eric Shelton.
Shout out
Same.
to Mason won the Buckeye in that grade. Sycamore won the Bearcat. Lakota White won the Bobcat. This has been about two teams, but don't sleep on that team in Trenton. Coach O'Banion, dude, every year that team gets better. And look at me over here shouting out an Edgewood team. I can't believe I'm actually saying it on a microphone.
Yeah, well, you
but I'm going to say
said
it.
that team from Trenton.
I just talked to my guy, and that's a good football team. And if anybody doesn't know, I want you to go on eDriven scoreboard because the playoff game between Edgewood and Northwest is the loudest youth football game in the history of youth football.
Yeah.
You couldn't hear nothing.
Nothing.
So go back on this channel and watch that playoff game.
Yes.
Watch that team in Trenton in 5th grade next year. And watch Loveland. Loveland is a sleeper. Loveland is a sleeper. But it's about the dynasty in Northwest. We'll see what happens. 5th grade last year. Sycamore won the Buckeye. Lakota Black won the Bearcat. West Claremont won the Bobcat. This grade is the best grade in the GCYFL. It's the Big Ten.
Okay.
Ironically,
we got the SEC and the Big Ten.
You got both of them.
Okay.
So ironically, last year, the number 1 seed was Northwest. The number 2 seed was Milford. The number 3 seed was Lakota. The number 4 seed was Mason. Number 5 seed was Fairfield. And the number 6 seed was Anderson. Anderson ran the table.
Oh, wow.
Anderson beat the 3 seed. They beat the 2 seed. And they beat the number 1 seed in a dramatic pass play in overtime with no time to win the game.
Oh, goodness.
Yeah. Anderson, shout out to Coach Kevin. Start off a little bit slow, but once you guys got rolling, that was a pleasure to watch that team. This grade is the hardest grade because essentially you got like 8 teams fighting for 6 spots.
Yeah.
Because those top 6 are good, but so is Sycamore with Coach Jim Egan. So is Loveland with Coach Grant. That 6th grade's a monster. And you don't, if you want to be up there, you're not getting no weeks off. Every week is a dogfight. So 5th grade last year was won by Anderson Black. They actually did it well. Shout out to my man, Coach Nick. They actually had like the bus, the police escort.
Oh my goodness.
With the bus.
That's intimidating.
Transport them to UC last year.
Gosh.
It was great.
Good. That's
it was
good.
great. So
wish we could have filmed that.
Can't wait to see that grade next year. That was great. 6th grade last year, these kids are gone, but I'll bring them up. Middletown won the Buckeye. Northwest won the Bearcat. Sycamore Gold won the Bobcat. This ended up being West Claremont versus Lakota Black. That West Claremont team was one of the best teams I've ever seen. Shout out to Coach Nick, my man Jason Fields out there. I know we're going to talk about the top teams ever. Well, you know what? They're on that list.
Okay.
I'll go ahead and throw them out there. That West Claremont team is one of the greatest GCYFL teams I have ever seen. They were ranked number 1 last year, and they are well deserved of that spot. They really are. So that was a summary of last year. We asked some organizations that keep telling me they're going to do something. Like I'm hearing Lebanon got a couple squads that's going to do something. You know, I'm hearing Beaver Creek has a squad that's going to do something. Okay. So, you know, they all can talk. They all can talk. But we'll talk about, you know, rankings here in a second.
Okay. All right.
That was a summary of last season.
All right. Fantastic. That's a great summary. So before we went into that segment, we asked everybody to put questions down into the comments. So I'm going to reach out to my producers to see if we have any questions. Oh,
I might need another drink of water for that one.
oh, probably got to repeat the question because I'm not sure if the audio came through, but the question was, will there be a GCYFL Dayton? Or I guess in other words, changing the C to something else.
You know, I get asked about that, and here's my answer to that. If you're a good org and you're community based and you're a feeder for your high school and you want to be in the best league in Ohio, why aren't you calling? Why don't you want to be in the best league in Cincinnati? Why not? Why don't you want to be in the best league in Ohio? So if your organization
Best league in Ohio.
if your organization is in Dayton, why haven't you called me? If your organization is in Indiana, why haven't you called me? We are the league. So could it lead to GCYFL Dayton? I don't know. But my goal is to make the best league in the country. And if that means we got some group of teams in Dayton and some group of teams in Indiana and they want to be part of it, hey, let's talk about it. So it gets thrown on me a little bit, but why, if we had a group of teams in Dayton and we had a group of teams in Indiana and we got our base here in Cincinnati, why couldn't everybody have a Super Bowl? And then why couldn't we have a Mega Bowl at Ohio State? Look at me throwing some stuff out
Right, because
there.
you already got the SEC.
Look at me get the rumor started.
Yeah, you got the SEC, the Big Ten. So now we got.
So if we had the Mega Bowl at Ohio
Big
State,
12.
why not do it? So it isn't about
ACC. It's coming.
It isn't about the Dayton situation with me. It's about, dude, if you're a good org and you're community based and you're a feeder program, why haven't you called me? You know we're the best league. What are you doing? So if it ends up being teams up there, I'm good with that. I'm good with that. And I get orgs that reach out to me all the time. And I know you got to take a leap of faith. I get it. Like when you run an organization, you're in charge of a community. So it's difficult to take that leap of faith. And I understand that part, but once you get to join our league, most people that join our league always say, hey man, this was a great move. For example, last year it was Indian Hill. They took that leap of faith and everything went great for them, you know. Even the orgs that have left us. It's like it's twisted. Do we have some drama? Sometimes, yeah. I mean, we had 3-4 orgs leave us in a 24-hour span. You know, stuff happens in the family. Every last one of them orgs came back, and we're glad to have them back. And they are a great addition back to the GCYFL. So, to answer your question, if they're a good org, let's do it.
Cool. And then how would they get a hold of you? So I assume they can just go to the website?
You can go to the website. You can go to our Facebook page. People find a way to get a hold of Josh Morris.
Okay. So they could just go to Facebook, message, get it.
You know, I'm not that president that tries to hide and you don't know who I am. I know we got different leagues out there. You don't know who the presidents are. And I'm not knocking those guys or knocking those leagues. I got nothing but respect for those leagues. I truthfully do. But I'm not that person. If you need to reach out to me, you can text me, you can call me, and you know, I may be busy, but typically I get back to you, you know. But I'm the kind of president that I'm going to be trying to be transparent and talk to you. You know, I don't want to be that person that's hidden behind and you don't know who I am because little do you know, Josh Morris will show up at a game in a heartbeat. I love going. I was just at Whitten Woods today.
Okay.
You know, I will go to a field in a heart. Shout to my man, Coach Suit, by the way. But I will go to a field in a heartbeat. You know, each week I go somewhere. You know, yeah, I'm gonna probably watch some games on eDriven, but I love going to fields and actually there's nothing like seeing the kids right there in front of your face.
Right.
It's different.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna be watching the games on TV, but I'm still gonna be going to high school stadiums at that and watching these kids play.
All right. Great.
Thanks for the question.
All right. Any more questions that you? Okay.
Oh, you're trying to call some stuff.
Ooh. The question was, what organization not in the GCYFL should be in the GCYFL?
So here's what's going to happen is that I'm going to say these organizations,
Oh,
and then their
controversy.
president is about to get a phone call or text immediately. But you know what? I could care less. Here's the deal. Shout out to my man Mike Raines over there at Harrison.
I was just thinking Harrison.
Oh yeah, I love Harrison.
Yeah.
Come on. I love East Central. I love Three Rivers. I love all of Taifa. I wish all those teams. Come on. I'm gonna throw another one out there. I love Western Brown.
Western Brown.
I love Goshen. Ross, come on back home. Ross used to be part of us.
Right, they're right down the street from Northwest.
Right around the corner. I think that might be it. I'm gonna throw another one out there. They're part of GMC. You know, I have every school district in the GMC but one. You know who it is, Levar? Who I don't have?
Ooh, let me think. Princeton?
Princeton.
There is no Princeton.
Don't have Princeton.
Okay.
That's the last school district I don't got. Coach Bob, shout out to you over there. Why not? We got all the ECC,
Mm-hmm.
but Walnut Hills. We got the whole GMC, but Princeton. Why not?
Why not?
So those are some orgs I've thrown out there. So if I listed you, feel free. We'd love to have you. And there's some small ones I like to have. Blanchester's one.
Okay.
Some of them CCYFL teams, I would love to have them on board in the GCYFL. I really would. I think they'd be a great fit. Good question.
Yeah, that's a great question. All right, one more. All right, let's go.
Would love it.
Whoa.
Here, I'll give you a little. Here,
We're gonna repeat the question.
I'll read the question.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Yeah. So it was. Tyler said, "What would we like in a GCYFL in Taifa preseason or postseason bowl game?" Or would we like? What are the chances? Okay.
If any type of team, first of all, we do that now a little bit. I know Oak Hills has a gridiron, and they have Three Rivers, East Central. They got some of those type of teams over there. Northwest is playing Harrison next week, which I did set that up. The chances are good if they ever called me. I would love to have Taifa for preseason and postseason. I'm going to take it even a step further. I would love to have Taifa in season. What are we talking about?
Okay.
Why are we doing this? I mean, technically, we think you guys would be a great fit. Why are we talking about preseason and postseason? How about the whole season? That's my answer.
Yeah, just like the last question, they should just come on.
What you doing?
Come on.
What you doing?
All right. All right. Any more questions? That's it? All right. Cool. So we'll move on. So the moment I personally been waiting for. So before we do that, I'm going to ask my director, Tyler, would you be able to CGI this on the screen as we name off these teams? You think you can pull that off? I'm putting them on the spot. So
we can talk about rankings first if you want to.
All right, let's do that. The power rankings.
Power rankings. Listen, I can't believe I didn't get a question about power rankings because that's the number one thing I get hated for, Levar, is power rankings.
You do those every week, right?
We start power rankings either week 4 or week 5,
Okay.
depending on how I'm feeling that weekend. And then every week, I post the power rankings for every grade. Now, what happens is that I post them, and I always get the parents, and trust me, parents, I know who you are,
Hmm.
who are saying, he doesn't know what he's talking about. What's the formula? Josh Morris hates our team. He doesn't want us up there. Okay, first things first, I do not have an agenda on a particular team. I don't. People ask about what's the formula for the rankings. It's very simple. There is no name for it, but it's very simple. So pay attention. Here's how it goes. If you want to be at the top, you have to beat the top teams. It's that simple. I will award a team that has played the top 8 teams in their grade and went 4-4, rather than reward a team that has played the bottom 8 and went 8-0.
Right.
I will not do it. I
That's
won't.
fair.
That's how it works.
Right, because
So
we're talking SEC here, right?
people get mad at me because this is what happens. They say, "Oh, Josh, we're 6-0 and we haven't allowed no points. And how could you have us ranked 10th?" Well, who'd your kids play? If they haven't played anybody up there, you're 10th. But if a team went 2-4 and they played the top 6, I probably got them higher than you.
Right.
That's how it works. So you know the fix. So they tell me that we need to change your rankings. No, here's the easier fix. I said earlier, if you call me, I can change your schedule.
Yeah, if you want the smoke,
So if you want it,
you can get the smoke.
if you're 5-0 or 6-0 and you think that you're the best, I'm glad that people think that their kids' team is the best. That's great. We love parent involvement. But in order for you to be in my top 6, you got to play some of them dogs up there. And if you beat them, I will reward you.
Wow.
But if you don't play them, then you will be 9th and 10th the whole season. That's how the rankings work. It's literally that simple.
Right. Now, are you saying you would change their schedule mid-season?
Yeah.
Wow.
So
Okay.
I actually do something called a flex. So what we offer, and this is for any new organization or any organization that comes into our league. So what we do is we give you a schedule. Whenever you do a schedule, you've been part of an org.
Mhm.
There's very rarely that all 6 of your teams are phenomenal, or all 6 of your teams are bad, or all 6 of your teams are mid-tier.
Right.
There's always a team in there that either struggles a little bit or they're just off the chain. Okay? So because of that, we got so many teams that we can change your schedule at any time to fit the needs of your team.
Okay. That's good.
So, for example, let's say I gave you a mid-tier schedule and you're a new org and I really didn't know about you. If you go 4-0 and I see you're 4-0 and you're beating your teams really good, your president is going to get a text from me, and the text is going to say, your team schedule has now changed.
Oh, wow. All right.
And all the teams know this.
Okay.
They all know it. We call it ducking. I'm not going to let you duck. So if your schedule is, a little bit mediocre and you're dominating, you can best believe your schedule will be getting changed quickly. Okay? Because I want to see where you're at. Now, the flip side of that is that sometimes you get that team that just struggles.
Yeah, I was just thinking that.
You get that team that struggles. And if they're 0-4 and they're just getting hammered,
Right.
I'm going to let your president know, hey, look, we're going to change your schedule because I want to at least give your kids a game that they can compete.
Right.
I can't promise you they're going to win,
But at least
but I'm going to at least give you a game that you can compete and think you got a chance to win.
Right.
That's my job. So, yeah, during the year, I'll change games like no other.
Yeah, that's good. I've actually never heard of that.
Oh, yeah. It's a
That's
presidential
a
flex.
reason to be in the GCYFL.
It's
If there ever was a reason.
no other league can offer that.
Right.
No other. I mean, this is no disrespect to any league out there. I love them all. I love Slopel. I love the CCYFL. I love Typa. I love the SWBL. I love the WOJFC. They can't do what we do.
Yeah.
They can't offer that. That's what we can offer.
Right.
So
Again, that's putting the kids first.
that's
what I'm doing.
my job is to give these kids a chance to compete as many games as possible.
Yeah.
Are there games they're going to lose? Yes. Yeah, everybody wants to be the best. But
Right.
you know what? It don't work like that. Okay? But if your team is struggling, then yes, I have a schedule guy that's going to look at it. And I'm going to say, hey, look, man, change them up a little bit. And let's give them some games they can compete in.
Yeah.
It's not promising you're going to win. But instead of you getting beat 47-0, you might lose 6-0. Hey, man, that's what I want. That's what I want.
Yeah.
That's a good game.
You were in the game.
You were in the game. But I'm on the flip side, you're not going to go 8-0 and think you're going to slide under the radar and you didn't beat nobody and think that Josh Morris ain't going to recognize you. I bet you I do.
All right.
I bet you I know who you are, and I bet you I changed your schedule.
Yeah.
You're going to play the smoke.
Yes.
Whoever is the GCS champion in our league, they had to play somebody. You had to play somebody. So that is how our rankings go, and that's how we do things in our league.
All right. And you're going to post those rankings on Facebook.
I post them on Facebook, and man, Levar, sometimes they go good, sometimes they go really bad.
All right.
Man, I've gotten texts. I've gotten some terrible texts about my rankings from Trenton.
Okay.
I mean, just
Yeah, it still won't say their name.
oh, I love them. But dude, I've gotten some terrible texts about my rankings, but that's okay. It just means that the parents are passionate about their kids. Dude, I'm all for it.
Yeah.
I'm all for it.
Right. And we said this off camera, but I'm going to say it now here live. So when you put out those power rankings, I'm going to invite you, because you said every other week, when you release them, be right here so we can have the audience chime in.
Oh, that's going to be lethal.
All right. That's what we want. So they can see it live and you can explain, hey, this is why, right? We'll do that. You don't have to commit to it right now, but I'll invite you to come out when you do those power rankings. We'll give you a platform to defend it.
That'll work.
All right.
Hey, I want all the smoke. I can do it.
Like you said for the coaches, they want the smoke. All right, let's go.
I'm ready for it. Let's do it.
All right. Fantastic. Okay. All right. So are we? That's cool. That's cool. That's all we need. Just the name for the top 10. He's gonna put the names on the screen, so there'll be no question. Need another water?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So what we'll do is, before we get into the top 10, stay tuned. Text your neighbors, text your teammates, parents, whatever. You don't want to miss the top 10. We'll take a quick water break, and then we will be right back with the top 10.
Every love story is unique, and every date has a story. Celebrate your special day with custom hoodies and sweatshirts from almosttwins.com. Whether it's your wedding date or anniversary, wear it close to your heart and show the world your love. Matching never felt so meaningful. Our cozy hoodies and sweatshirts are perfect for couples who want to cherish their special moments together. Personalize yours today and make that date unforgettable. Visit almosttwins.com and create your love story in style. Almosttwins.com is where every date becomes a statement.
Want to reach more customers? Advertise your business during our live sports streams. Connect with your local community and boost your brand. Email us today at reachmorecustomers@eDrivenScore.com. That's reachmorecustomers@eDrivenScore.com.
Need custom shirts or uniforms fast? For any event, weddings, vacations, reunions, memorials, team building, sports, we've got you. Walk in today and create your own personalized t-shirts, hoodies, or sweatshirts. No minimums, just your design, done fast. We're fast, local, and ready to bring your idea to life.
There's a lot happening in our sports community, and we don't want you to miss a moment. From live stream schedules, athlete shoutouts, to local events and giveaways, our newsletter keeps you informed. It's not just news, it's a reminder of why we show up, why this matters. Join our newsletter today, stay informed, stay inspired, be part of the movement. When you support us on Patreon, you're not just supporting a broadcast. You're fueling a mission to build love, pride, and to uplift every team, every athlete, everywhere. Visit us on patreon.com/eDriven Score to show your support.
Every love story is unique, and every date has a story. Celebrate your special day with custom hoodies and sweatshirts from almosttwins.com. Whether it's your wedding date or anniversary, wear it close to your heart and show the world your love. Matching never felt so meaningful. Our cozy hoodies and sweatshirts are perfect for couples who want to cherish their special moments together. Personalize yours today and make that date unforgettable. Visit almosttwins.com and create your love story in style. Almosttwins.com is where every date becomes a statement.
All right, and welcome back to the GCYFL Kickoff Show. And now we're about to get into the moment. Finally, get into. I think I've said it like 3 times already. We're going to actually get into the top 10 teams in GCYFL history.
So, first thing, let me shout out MT3. MT3's been making sports apparel for a lot of these kids this season. I told him I was going to shout him out. Them uniforms at Milford and Hamilton and Little Miami got them fire. But this got brought to my attention about 3 days ago. And dude, this league has started since 2018.
Wow.
And to name 10 teams is hard and probably gonna get me in trouble once I get done with this segment.
I'm
that's
sure
okay.
You're gonna get text.
I want all the smoke. I'm up to any challenge. So before I start with my 10, I'm gonna start with some honorable mentions.
Okay.
Now, when I did this, I first was just going to do organizations that are still in the GCYFL, but I'm not doing that. I'm including every team I have ever seen in this league.
Okay.
All of them.
All right.
So, honorable mentions. First is Loveland of 2018. That was coached by Coach Kevin. He had an undefeated season. That was a great football team. They lost in the playoffs. That's okay. They had a great football team. They actually lost to my team in the playoffs. But that was a great football team. Another honorable mention is Lakota Stack, number 2. Lakota Stack had number 1, and they had number 2. Number 2, they were phenomenal. Matter of fact, right behind them is another honorable mention. That's Lakota Red. Lakota Red with my man Coach Mark.
Mm-hmm.
Dude, that was a great football team. Another honorable mention would be Little Miami with Coach Chappie. They've won the championship every year they play.
Nice.
Now they're back in the GCYFL, and they're going to cause some crazy stuff in 4th grade football this year. So I got them as an honorable mention already. My last honorable mention is my old team, and that's Northwest, and that's Coach Eric's team. They are an explosive football team. They got to get over the hump this year, but they've done it before.
5th grade team.
5th grade
Okay.
team. They got to get over the hump this year. But they're an honorable mention. I can't dispute they are a great football team. And they're still playing, so we'll see how it goes for them. All right, so those are mine. Make sure I got all my honorable mentions. That's it. That's it. All right. So, number 10. Number 10 is Edgewood. That would be the Edgewood team that was coached by Coach Jason Hooker.
Okay.
That team.
What year was that?
Oh, God. That was, I want to say, I know my man Brian Carroll's over here listening to me right now. So I want to say it was COVID year. I want to say it was 2020. I'm going to tell you the reason why I got this team on there. Number one, they had great coaches. They had Patrick Green, they had Brian Carroll, they had Jason Hooker. That was a great staff. Number two, they had just great players. They had tough players. Number three, one of the things I love about the GCYFL is that we get these teams that are just dominant dynasty type teams.
Mm-hmm.
And that's okay. I'm not the kind of person that's going to say, oh, man, that team is too good. We can't beat them. No. You know how we are, Levar. If a team is that great, you know what I want to do? I want to play them 15 times.
Yeah.
Because I want to beat them.
Yeah.
I want to beat them. Well, let me tell you something. This team back in COVID year, they played Lakota Stack. Lakota Stack had a 56-game winning streak. That's how many games in a row they have won. It was the last game of the season. It was the last week 9. So this was so crazy about it. So a lot of times during week 9, we just kind of just go ahead and get our playoffs seedings already done.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Now, back in those days, we only had the top 4. So when we were doing our seedings for like Saturday, we had already penciled in that Edgewood was going to get thumped by Lakota. Then they won 56 games in a row.
Yeah.
So that was an easy pick.
Put that in too.
So we had it all wrote in. Next thing I know, I get a text. Stack lost 6-0 to Edgewood. I said, you got to be kidding me. But you know what? I admire those boys, that team, those coaches. They seen the task and they beat them. And for that, I give them number 10. Great team. Number 9. Number 9 is a team that nobody's going to think about, but if my people in Mason, they might remember this. It was a guy named Rob Countryman. His team, back in 2018, it was Mason. They were low-key. And I remember this team because the year before, they weren't in our league, and we went to go practice with them to help them win their Super Bowl in the other league. We beat them up pretty good. Sometimes in football, if you get hot at the right time, you can win it. And that's what this team did.
They got hot at the right time.
They got hot at the right time. They beat us in the playoffs, and they went on to beat Lakota in the Super Bowl at Anderson. It was the first ever Super Bowl that we had. They were all at Anderson that day. So Rob Countryman's team, number 9. Number 8. Number 8 is, it's an Oak Hills team. That was Doug Dean's old team.
Okay.
Man, that team just executed. They were great playbook, knew their plays, executed their plays, and everybody bought in. That was a great team. They were in the league when we first started off. So I got Oak Hills number 8. Number 7 for me is a team that's playing right now, and that's Milford. And that's Coach Sean's team. Coach Sean's team the first 2 years, they couldn't get over the hump. They couldn't beat Kings. They got back, they couldn't beat Kings. But then once they got there, sometimes when the team gets there, they get their confidence up, and then they set the standard.
Mm-hmm.
That Milford team set the standard. And I got nothing but so much respect for Coach Sean and those boys. They're in 6th grade right now. That is a great football team. They lost in the playoffs last year, but I know that team. They are physical. Not the best offense, but, man, they will beat you up.
All right.
They will beat you up.
What grade is that?
They're in 6th grade right now. They're in the Big Ten.
Okay.
That is one of the best teams I have ever seen, and I got them number 7. All right, number 6. Number 6 is an organization that's not even in the league anymore. And when y'all hear this, I want y'all to make sure y'all find him because he's a good friend of mine. And you probably know him. He's a coach. His name is Cliff Carter. Cliff Carter coached Ross. Ross used to be in the league back in the day.
Yeah.
And they had a quarterback, and the quarterback's name was Matt Ponatowski. His name may sound familiar because he's now Mr. Ohio at Moeller.
Oh, nice. Okay.
Oh, yeah. So every now and then you get an organization that their 5 teams are maybe average or below average, but then we had Cliff's team that was
Phenomenal.
phenomenal.
Wow.
He was a great coach. You had Kuzo on that team. You had Ponatowski on that team. That Ross team was phenomenal. And Cliff Carter taught me a lot. He was about building bridges, man. And I got so much respect for that man. If he hears this, shout out to you, Cliff Carter. Me and you talked a lot. I got nothing but love for you, my guy. That Ross team was a great football team. They were a great football team. Number 5 is the Dynasty. The Dynasty's in the league right now. They're in 5th grade. For those boys to be in 5th grade and never lose a regular season game, that's crazy.
Yeah, it takes a lot of work.
That's crazy.
That many orgs in the GCYFL.
And here's what kills me about when you go against this team. And trust me, when I coach, I watch hours and hours and hours of this team. They're not going to do nothing spectacular. They're not going to do nothing fancy. They're going to run their plays, and they're going to execute every play. You're not going to give them the jump off sides. They're not going to commit penalties. They're not going to commit turnovers. They're going to do their job every play. I got so much respect for Coach Matt. He does a phenomenal job with those boys. The Dynasty is the way that they're going. They're 5 now. If they keep this going, dude, they could be 1. They're that good. They're 5 now because they still got 2 years left.
2 more years to prove it. Okay.
Ask me this question in 2 years, and they might not be 5 no more. All right? Number 4. Number 4 is the Little Miami Panthers with Coach J. This team, they played bully ball. They were a bully ball team. So they were basic formations, but they were just big kids that knew how to move you. This team won 3 straight GCS champions. Well coached team. And they're number 4. Now we get to the top 3.
Top 3. All right, let's go.
The top 3. All right. So let me get some water on this one, LeVar.
Okay.
This is some good teams. Number 3 is West Claremont.
West Claremont.
West Claremont was coached by Coach Nick. My man Jason Fields is on that staff. Man, their crowd is off the chain. They were wild.
And what year was that?
They came back in the league 2 years ago. They won the 5th grade Super Bowl. They won the 6th grade Super Bowl with the GCS last year in overtime against Lakota Black. What I love most about this team is that, dude, I love the way that they executed their offense. It was a smooth, old school offense. They run T formation. They run wishbone. They ran offenses that we grew up on.
Mhm.
But, man, they ran them right. They ran them right. They ran them smooth. And for that, I respected them. Their defense was overlooked because they weren't really big. But, dude, their defense would hit you.
Yeah.
They would hit you and fly around. Dude, one of the best teams I have ever seen. And trust me, they just didn't play GCYFL teams. They played everybody. You want to play the Swopeful teams? They'll play them. They'll go out of town. They'll go to the Turkey Bowl. They'll go anywhere. That team was about the smoke. And they beat everybody. Nothing but respect for that team. That was a great team, and we were glad to have them back in the GCYFL. They were the number 1 rated team last year, and they're the number 3 ranked team of all time I have ever seen. Great team.
All right. So then that means the top 2.
The top 2. Number 2 is Lakota Stack, the first Lakota Stack.
Okay.
That Lakota Stack team, every now and then you just get a team that's just dominant on both sides of the ball. They're just bigger, faster, and stronger than you. And when you get those teams, man, those teams are hard to beat, especially if they're well coached. That team was well coached, and they were just really, really dominant. They won 2 straight GCYFL championships. They're not in the league anymore, but I'm not going to sit there and act like I'm going to ignore the Tomahawks. That Lakota Stack team, they were dominant, dude. They were a great team. Nothing but respect for them. Look at me talking about the Tomahawks on the GCYFL show. I got love for all the organizations, Levar.
Hey,
I'm not on that.
Yeah.
If you're a good org, I'm gonna give you your just due. I'm not about that life. The number one org that I've seen play.
All right, here it is. Number 1.
That's Coach Sean King's team.
Okay.
I call them the Bear. Mike Ackerman's probably laughing right now as he's seeing this, but
Number 1 team of all time.
this team started off, and they started off kind of slow. You know, they didn't really wow you at first, and then in second grade you were like, getting a little bit better. Third grade you was like, man, who is that? Who is that? It's not about the wins and losses. The reason why I got this team number 1, because see, people like to put this team is this record and that record. What did we talk about when the show started? Development.
Yeah.
This team, the development that I seen from K1 to 6th grade was such a big, huge jump that by the time they got into 6th grade, Levar, they led the league in fines. And they were getting fines for beating teams so bad.
Okay.
So we have a rule. So we in the GCYFL, the rule is if you beat somebody over 35, you owe me money.
Oh my goodness.
So every week, this team was forking out money.
Mm.
You know, they probably paid for the trophies we had that year because they were forking out so much money in fines. Just joking. That team was, dude. And their quarterback was accurate like Troy Aikman. My man, that
In 6th grade.
yes.
Wow.
They ran that spread. Dude, their defense was just ferocious. And I really noticed them when they played their Super Bowl at Hamilton. They played against Coleraine. You know, one of my honorable mentions should be Coleraine, too, with those Twins. I'm not going to forget them. They're an honorable mention team, too, with Coach Crooks. But I noticed them when they played that Super Bowl at Hamilton against Coleraine, against Coach Diggy. Shout out to Coach Diggy, too. And they lost. They lost that game. But after that game, I looked at them and said, man, they about to be something. And, dude, they came back that 5th grade year, and it was, you know, sometimes when you lose that big game, you come back that following season, you know what you are? You hungry. You hungry, and you could see it like, oh, wow. Wow. They were hungry, and they just steamrolled. They steamrolled. And shout out to Coach Sean. Shout out to Coach Mike Ackerman, all the kids on that team, all the cheer, all the parents. That is the best team I have seen in the GCYFL. That's my countdown. I know I'm going to probably catch some
You're going to
flack.
definitely catch some smack.
That's okay. I didn't include
I was going to say, you didn't even include your
I didn't even
team.
include my kids.
Yeah.
And I got half my team is playing Division 1 or 2 football next year.
Yeah.
And I didn't even include my kids.
And you got one that plays for that team up north, which we won't mention.
I got one that's in Michigan. I got 2 going to Alabama.
Yeah.
I didn't even bring my team up. You know what I'm saying? So, because I didn't want that controversy to happen. So, those are the top teams and honorable mentions that have been in the GCYFL. I love seeing the development of all these teams throughout the years. And, you know, if I stay a little bit longer, we'll see what happens if I can see some more great teams, Levar.
All right. Yeah. Next year, we'll have to come up with another list. Yeah, because I'm sure you're going to get a lot of debates,
My
a
phone's
lot of
playing. I'm
yeah,
probably getting text right now.
yeah,
It's all good.
yeah. I can see it lighting up. Yeah, I'm sure you are. All right, great. So that was it, folks. That is the top 10 that we're waiting for. We are at the top of the hour, so we'll go ahead and wrap it up here. Just to recap, if you are an organization and you are not in the GCYFL, make sure that you reach out to my man Josh here, so that you can be lined up for the 2026 season. For eDriven Score, we will be at every GCYFL game, regular season game this year. So make sure that you tune in. And if you haven't already, please hit that subscribe button. We do not charge anything for this, so we need your support. Without your support, none of this stuff is possible. So please make sure that you subscribe, hit your neighbors, your coworkers, all of them. Hit subscribe for us. Also, if you are a president of an organization and you don't have a shaved ice vendor, want to give you a shout out to Snowy. Snowy did an event for Brett in his All-Star game. Fantastic job. So make sure that you reach out to Snowy. If you don't have their contact information, you can just email us at GCYFL at eDrivenScore.com and we'll make the connection for you. And again, I want to thank Josh for coming out. This has been a pleasure.
Always, brother. Always.
Yes.
Can't wait to do it again.
Yes, and we worked through all the technical difficulties. Hopefully, we put on a good show for you guys out there. And again, make sure you share this with everybody. It still will be up, and we'll probably get those. We'll get that in a graphic form so we can solidify that everybody can start adding their comments to
There
it.
you go.
Great. All right. Well, thanks again. And thanks everybody for watching. And again, tune in on August the 2nd. Well, we will actually be at Little Miami. So thank you for watching.